Hi everyone, thanks for stopping by my channel. If you're new here, my name's Jem. I'm 43, live in northwest England, and I'm here documenting my weight loss and now maintenance journey with Mounjaro. And if you're returning, welcome back. So I've been away a couple of weeks from uploading a video, so this will be my week 48 and week 49 updates. And I can't believe I'm actually 3 weeks away from my 1 year GLP-1 anniversary. Crazy. But just to give you a little bit of a background in case you don't know, I went away for a week. I took my little boy away with my mum and dad and we went over to Morocco. So we went to Marrakesh and stayed in a big aqua park place called Pic Albatross, and it was absolutely phenomenal. It was the best holiday and so fitting for taking my little boy as well. There was lots of slides and things like that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do a bit of a sit down chatty video and let you know the updates and things, and then at the end of this video I will pop on a little collage of videos and clips from the holiday as well. So if you do want to see how the holiday went, just stay till the end, and if not, you can always cut off once I've finished speaking and yeah, go off and do your own thing. But yeah, so there's a few things to talk about. The first one being, I had planned on doing a try-on haul and also had all these grand ideas about what I wanted to do before I went away to film and get uploaded here, and it just didn't happen. I think sometimes I have to realise that I am a full-time working single mum, and yeah, it can get a bit tricky sometimes. So I literally finished packing the night before we went, and then it was an early flight and things like that. So, which I'll get onto in a minute because that caused another small issue. But yeah, so it just didn't happen. So I am sorry. I know a few of you were really looking forward to seeing me do a try-on haul. I am planning on, well, I have to get a sort of winter wardrobe together because my winter clothes from last year don't fit anymore. I've gone from being, I think at that point I was sort of a size 18, 20, and now I'm a size 12. So yeah, I need to get some shopping done and get some clothes. So I will be doing a try on haul for winter clothes and stuff at some point. But yeah, the holiday try on haul just didn't happen, unfortunately. But what I'll do is I'll talk a little bit about the issue that I had, and then I will go into my weigh-in results and things like that. So basically what happened was, like I say, getting everything together sort of last minute, packing all that, like packing both our cases and everything. And I thought, I was doing my lashes and all that sort of like holiday prep the night before as well. And I thought, well, do it. So I'd changed my jab day, like leading up to the holiday. I'd worked out over the few weeks leading up to it. So my jab day would normally be a Wednesday. And what I did was over the few weeks leading up, I changed it so that it became a Sunday because we flew on the Sunday and we were away Sunday to Sunday. So I thought that would be the best way of doing it. So went to bed on the Saturday night and thought, oh, should I go downstairs and take my shot now? So that I'm not rushing around in the morning, because I knew we were getting, I think we got picked up about 3 o'clock in the morning, and I literally went to bed at about, I think it was about 11 o'clock or midnight. So I literally had a couple of hours sleep, thinking I'll just sleep on the plane anyway, because I do tend to do that. I'm the type of person that'd sleep on a washing line. So yeah, the plan, so I just stayed in bed and thought, no, I'll do it in the morning. Anyway, morning came, I was getting us ready. My mum and dad drove, we were getting picked up from here. So my mum and dad drove here, and then I jumped in the car and followed my dad back home and then brought him back. And as we were pulling back into my street, the airport transport guy was sort of behind us. So I was like, oh, right, let's get in. And we got our cases and made sure my mum and little legs were okay. And then got into the car, drove to the airport, went through the check-in process and everything, was heading into the departure lounge, and my mum mentioned to me about the jab. And I just looked at her and said, I've not done it. I've not took my jab. I meant to do it this morning and I've completely forgot in the rush of getting everything done. So I thought, well, this is going to be a testing time, because we were away for the week, all inclusive, and I love an all-inclusive. I love the buffet style, and my absolute vice is the puddings and things, because if you've ever been on an all-inclusive holiday, the array of wonderful puddings that are there definitely do tempt me. So I thought, well, it is what it is. I can't turn around now and go back and do my jab. I'm just going to have to see how it goes. So yeah, it was, like I said earlier, it was an absolutely fantastic holiday. The food was amazing. So what I tended to do was, in the morning, I would call it my plate of protein. So I'd go to the deli meats. I'd get a few of those, a little selection of deli meats. I'd get a little selection of the cheeses, just the small sort of slices of cheeses, and some scrambled egg, and occasionally, but they would always have the little sort of chipolata sausages, but some of them weren't very nice, so I could tell the ones that I wasn't going to like. They had these bright red ones that were a bit spicy, and I loved those. So if they were ever on the menu for that morning, I would get a couple of those. But I'll put clips on at the end of the video of the type of food that I was having anyway. So yeah, that was the first thing I had of a morning. I say first because I did then go and get a Danish and have a coffee as well. So that was sort of standard every single morning for the 7 mornings that we were there. Lunchtime tended to be a bit of salad and a bit of whatever else they were offering. So there'd be things that, I think one day there was like a big pizza oven. So I'd have a slice of pizza, a bit of salad, or they had lots of chicken dishes and things like that. So again, I'll show at the end of the video. And then for the evening meal, I would have, so for after the lunch, I pretty much had pudding after every meal. Danish for breakfast, then I'd have a little pot of ice cream or a little cake or a little couple of cakes after my lunch, and then same again for the evening. I'd have my evening meal, and then I'd get a little couple of cakes and things. But what I will say about that is, with the pudding side of it, yes, I might pick up a couple of cakes, but I didn't eat it all. So I'd have a little bit, little legs to try a bit or whatever, or I'd just leave a bit. Which I know sounds very wasteful, but I was still very aware of listening to my body and knowing when I was full, which I thought was quite good, seeing as though I knew the amount of GLP-1 I had in my system was obviously depleting as the week went on. So I was quite chuffed with that. And then evening meals, sort of main course wise, I didn't have starters or anything like that. I would just get one plate of food, I will say that. They did have soups and things on offer, but I didn't bother. Again, for the main meal, I would have salad and I would have some sort of protein, and occasionally I had a few fries and things like that, but I didn't really have much sort of potatoes or anything. Well, I didn't have any kind of potatoes apart from the couple of times that I had the fries. Didn't touch any bread while I was out there, and they had an array of breads and balms, sort of rolls and things like that. But I didn't have anything like that, no toast of a morning or anything. So, because I know carbs aren't the enemy, but for me, I do seem to fare better when I have a lower carb eating diet, whatever you want to call it. So yeah, by the end of the week, I did feel a little bit bloated. I did drink alcohol while I was away. I didn't drink anything like cider or beers or anything like that, but I did have the odd glass of rum and lemonade or rum and Diet Coke. But it certainly wasn't a drinking holiday. I was there with my family. I had a couple of cocktails as well throughout the week. So I remember having a couple of mojitos, and I had some daiquiris and things like that. But I didn't go mad. I certainly didn't get drunk or anything like that. So, but by the end of the week, I could feel that I had bloated out, and I thought that the real tell will be my clothes. But I'm glad to say that throughout the week, when we were getting dressed up for the evening to go over and see the entertainment and things, everything was still fitting fine. There was nothing that I put on and thought, oh no, this doesn't fit anymore. There was a couple of things that I put on that I thought, oh, this is a little bit more snug than I remember, but nothing too drastic. So I did think that when I got back, I would put weight on, and yeah. So while I'm on to that, I'll get onto the results. So obviously for week 48, I didn't get weighed. I was in Morocco. And then for week 49, so I didn't get weighed. Sorry, what I mean is, I came home on the Sunday, and I would originally have been weighed on the Thursday. So I was obviously in Morocco. So week 48, I didn't get weighed. And then week 49, I thought I would wait until week 49 rather than weighing, say, on the Monday or something like that. One of my friends actually said to me, she's like, "I'll bet you're going to jump straight on the scales in the morning." And I said, on the Monday morning, and I said, "No, I'm not," because I didn't want to get on the scales and see a number and be absolutely horrified. I thought I'd be better waiting till my official weigh-in day, which is a Thursday, and that's nearly what I did. So I ended up staying out on Wednesday night and didn't weigh on Thursday morning. So I actually got weighed on Friday morning. It's now Saturday evening. Don't know whether this video is going to go up Saturday evening because obviously I've got a lot of editing to do. It'll possibly be up on Sunday tomorrow. But so I got weighed Friday. And yeah, I was quite shocked, hence the thumbnail. So like I say, through the week, definitely felt more bloated by the end of the week. Things were feeling a bit more snug and things like that. So I thought, yeah, I've definitely put on weight. And normally back in the day, pre-Mounjaro, when I was just living my life as I did before introducing a GLP-1, if I'd have gone on an all-inclusive holiday, I could have put on anything from 7 pounds to a stone. So 7 pounds to 14 pounds. And yeah, so I was very worried when I got on the scales on Friday morning. And I literally, no word of a lie, stood on the scale, saw the number, thought that's not right, got off, got back on again, did that about 3 times. And yeah, I lost a pound. So I'm thinking, okay, this must be because I waited the extra 5 days before getting weighed, and obviously it gave my body chance to get rid of the excess water, because let's face it, any weight I would have put on wouldn't have been fat or would have been minimal fat. It would have mainly been water weight from the extra sodium, the fly-in, the extra, you know, the sugar that I was having, obviously with the puddings and things that I wouldn't normally have. So yeah, just really, really shocked. Obviously, absolutely thrilled. So that means before my holiday, I was 9 stone 10 pounds or 136 pounds or 61.68 kilos. After my holiday, I am now 9 stone 9 pounds or 135 pounds or 61.23 kilos. So I lost the pound, which is 0.45 kilos. My starting weight back on the 7th of November 2024 was 15 stone or 210 pounds or 95.25 kilos, which means in total, in the 11 and a bit months, I've lost 5 stone 5 pounds or 75 pounds or 34.02 kilos. And that means my BMI has gone from 36 to 23.2. My my height, which I don't think I said already, is 5 feet 4 inches. So yeah, I'm still within the healthy range. I have given myself a target now that I'm in maintenance of staying between the 9 stone 10 pounds is where I called target, so I'm a pound lower than that at the moment. So I'm happy if I sort of go 4 pounds either way of that. And yeah, I'm more about the body recomposition side of things now and looking at my reflection in the mirror, the way my clothes fit. I'm happy at a size 12, UK 12. So yeah, I'm overall thrilled. And what I will say about the holiday was, it was amazing to not have to worry about how I looked, how uncomfortable and hot I felt and all that sort of thing. I mean, obviously I did feel hot, and it's just that when I was 5.5 stone heavier, or even nearly 10 stone heavier at my highest weight, which I am going to do a video about my overall weight loss. I have lost 5.5 with Mounjaro, but I'd lost weight before then as well. So in total, I've lost nearly 10 stone. And back then, it was a completely different experience to go on holiday this year and feel comfortable and happy with how I look. And yeah, it was liberating. I'm not going to lie. It was fantastic to feel that way and not I wore a bikini for the first time in 17 years. And I remember 17 years ago when I wore a bikini, I think I was around like 13 stone and I felt uncomfortable. I was really paranoid. I'd gone away with a couple of girlfriends of mine and I was really uncomfortable and wasn't happy about wearing it. But that technically was the last time I wore a bikini. Since then, I haven't even dreamt or thought about wearing one. So yeah, I will put that in the clip at the end. I did on the 7th of October when I officially hit 11 months, I put a post on. So if you haven't already seen that, a community post, I'll pop that on screen somewhere so that you can see that as well. And you'll see the difference from the 7th of November last year to being on holiday. So the second shot is me in a cozy, and yeah, it just shows the difference in my figure and how much happier I am. So yeah, everything's going really, really well. I'm buzzing to be back doing my videos, and I will be trying to get some more up regularly. Definitely once a week, but I'll try and get some more in as well. And yeah, I hope you're all doing well. If you've liked the video, please give it a thumbs up. Drop your comments below, let me know how you're getting on. I have tried to get on top of comments. A lot of them I have just put hearts on, but I was so far behind. There's a few that I probably will go back to and try and give a bit more of an in-depth comment back to you. But I just felt really overwhelmed with the amount, and it's my own fault, just with how busy life is and things. I know I say that all the time and I feel like I'm making excuses, but life just is busy, busy, busy. So I will, if you've dropped comments below, I am going to try and keep on top of them. And yeah, if you haven't already, please subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. But for now, like I say, I'll drop a little montage of the holiday. And yeah, fantastic holiday, feeling great, loving maintenance. I'll see you in the next one, guys. Bye.
Every change